Alright, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect. This is the brother Yakana from the GMS Houston camp, and just coming back with another lesson, going into, just a current event, and just a YouTube video. A woman was shot in Dallas, I suppose it was yesterday, you know, because she asked the person that shot her, or because the person that shot her didn't say thank you for opening the door for her. So, I'll go ahead and just play the video. Just showing the times that we're in, and that you need to be circumspect. The people out here are completely bugged out, oppressed, destroyed in the mind, and whatever else. And you see, that's the woman right there. And it's only going to get worse. It's going to increase and increase until this place is completely destroyed. The wickedness. And before this place is destroyed, the MOTB, the mark of the beast, the Revelation 13:16, the microchip is going to be inserted in people, and you're not going to be able to buy, sell, or do anything in the society without it. So these are signs of the return of Yahushua. So
An arrest affidavit says a woman was shot and killed outside a Dallas PetSmart after getting upset at a woman for not saying thank you.
Court documents say the victim, Cecilia Simpson, was shot several times after the dispute escalated into a parking lot fight. Peyton Yeager has more on the story.
Now, hey, you know what? I might play the rest of it, but you seen it right there. Two nigga women can't let nothing go, but this is part of the curses. You're going to have an evil eye towards each other. But the nigga woman, she couldn't let it go, rather than just, accept that the person didn't say thank you, whatever like that. They had to keep pushing it. And now you return to the spirit world.
Tonight.
The family of 41-year-old Cecilia Simpson sent Fox 4 News these photos of the Duncanville mother of two. Friends and old classmates from Duncanville ISD also mourning the loss. According to an arrest warrant affidavit, Simpson was shot and killed after becoming upset because a woman she held the door open for didn't say thank you. The argument started at the store Five Below Tuesday and then spilled over to the PetSmart in the same South Oak Cliff shopping center off Wheatland Road. Investigators say 22-year-old Kiana Hampton followed Simpson and her daughter into the PetSmart. Employees there asked them to leave.
The screaming first caught my attention.
Fox 4 spoke to a 27-year-old ER nurse who walked out of the PetSmart as the two women were arguing.
Hey, but you know what? That's the gist of it. You can't control your emotions. You can't control, you can't let stuff go. And now you're dealing with somebody mightier than you. Now they got the sword on them. And you just take the loss. So what if somebody ain't say thank you? So what the fuck if somebody didn't hold the door for you? They ain't let you go first. You were there first. Hey, these times, fuck it. Let these people go. I'm gonna go here. This is Sirach chapter 39 and verse 28. It says, "There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them." So there's spirits that are created for vengeance, and they are created by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. It says, fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. So these different forms of death, forms of taking your spirit back to the spirit realm, forms of judgment. These were all created by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai to appease his wrath. Because you met, that day, whatever you did before, whatever like that, you met your limit. And now you're going to get taken out. The same thing happens with kingdoms. They reach a level to where their sins reach, and then Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is going to take them out. The same thing with here, Babylon the Great. And it says, teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. Now here, the modern day sword is the gun, the missile, laser beams, things like that. It's a weapon. So this is whoever perished being innocent. Verse 31, they shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is. And when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. So, a spirit, that lady, both of them were bugged out, but that spirit was on the one lady that shot, the big Shirley, And this is judgment coming out. This is Matthew 24 and verse 12, and this is Yahushua speaking, giving signs to his disciples and those that would come after, those that were taught by these scriptures, the signs of his coming. So here, besides you're going to hear war, rumors of war, famines, pestilences, earthquakes in diverse places. These are all signs of Yahushua's return, and they're happening as we speak. So, and part of the signs is this is Matthew 24, verse 12, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So let's look at this iniquity. This is G458 anomia, and it says the condition of without law. And it says this is a lawless generation. This is a lawless world that we're living in. Yeah, it's headed by Esau Edom, and he says, oh, we're a Christian nation. We believe in God and this and that, whatever. But in reality, he casts all this behind his back. In reality, many of the things that you see, going on in the earth, rampant adultery, murder, theft, things that he does openly and puts the blame on you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Hey, this is what he does openly. He's cast the laws behind his back. It says the condition of without law, and it says one, because of ignorant of it. Now, Christianity has done a great job at convincing you that the law is done away with. So the majority of you people are ignorant of the law. You have no idea that there is a law still in place. That these commandments, all this is still in place. You can't commit adultery as much as you want. You can't eat whatever you want. Hey, yeah, go ahead, but you're going to get judged by it. And then also number two, because of violating it. So there's also people that they don't care that there's laws. They know, they don't care. They don't care. They're just violating it. Like Esau Edom. He's aware of these laws, but he's just violating them. Hence casting them behind his back. It says contempt and violation of the law. Contempt means to treat it like a dirty thing, like it's filth, like it's garbage. So contempt, violation of the law, iniquity, wickedness. So all this wickedness, which is breaking the law and purposely breaking the law, hey, this is abounding. Let's look at that word for abound. G4129, plethino. And it says to increase, to multiply, to be increased. And that's also in First Maccabees, the first chapter. After the rule of Alexander, when his 4 generals started to rule, then were evils multiplied in the earth. So the point where you see it now, where the earth is completely out of course, where the Lord has to send his son to begin to restore order back in the earth. And we're letting you know, the men of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and the men that taught them, we're letting you know what's getting ready to take place. That order is getting ready to be restored. Why these things are happening. But again, Matthew 24 and verse 12, and many shall, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Let's see, love. So I'm just looking at all the words here. This is G26, agape. It says love, affection, benevolence, charity. This is one of the things that you got to have. Like, this is one of the most important things that you have to have. Agape, love for each other. And we're not going to have love for the world. I ain't got no love for, that lady that got returned to the spirit world. I got no love for 2/3. I have love for my brothers, their families that are in this truth. The same way that Yahushua, he had love for those that did the will of his Father. It says affection, goodwill, love, benevolence, brotherly love. It says agape, right here at the bottom. Agape is the highest form of love, charity, and the love of God for human beings and of human beings for God. This is in contrast to philia, brotherly love, or philetua, self-love, as it embraces a profound sacrificial love that transcends and persists regardless of circumstance. So, hey, them two people, they ain't have no love for each other. Just looking at it, they ain't have no love for each other. The same way the 2/3 has no love for us. The same way that Esau Edom has no love for Israelites or even for himself. He don't have it. Those that are going to be found with agape are going to be the elect. It says, the love of many shall wax cold. So let's look at that. Wax cold. This is G5594, psycho. It says to breathe, blow, cool by blowing, to be made or grow cool or cold. Metaphor for waning love. So you love it. Their love for each other is waxing cold, meaning you see the word is psycho. These niggas out here are psychos. These people that are here, like that lady out there, she's a fucking psycho. Most of the nigga women, fucking psychos. The people in this world are fucking psychos. This is what you're dealing with. And so if you know that, you're going to walk very carefully. This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 15 and verse 19. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Now, this is what's going on right now. Jacob's trouble is in the early stages. It's going to get much worse than this. And this is how people are acting before that time, showing you that spirit is already here. So that cold spirit is already here, and it's going to increase. It's going to get colder. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So here, this is something happening because somebody opened a door for you. They thought they were doing a gesture of kindness, and they ended up getting mad and all this stuff because they didn't receive a thank you. And then they ended up getting, returned to the spirit realm for it. But now what you're going to see in this is that, hey, it's not even going to be no kindness, no opening the door for you. They're going to come rushing in your house. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, no pity, no love for him, no empathy, no sympathy, nothing, just cold. It says, but shall destroy their house with the sword and spoil their goods, running up in your house, spoiling your goods, taking your food because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So they're going to be no food. So they're going to be running up in your house, trying to take your canned food, your spaghetti noodles, whatever. It's going to be hard times. But this is the spirit that's already out there. It's being made made larger, for lack of better words. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. So these are the last days. This is let me see here. And also in the last days, let me see what that pulls up. This is G2078. Eschatos. So you have the what's eschatology, the study of the end times. This is what you're seeing. You're seeing the end times. You are living in the end times, and it's not the end of the world in the how do you say, in the oikoumene sense, meaning the entire world is just about to blow up. No, this is the end of an age, end of a period of time. The end of Esau's rule. That's his age. Jacob is getting ready to rule next. So eschatos, it says in the it says, let's see, farthest, final, of place or time. Ends of the latter end, it says extreme, last in time or in place, last in a series of places, last in a temporal succession. So temporal meaning time. So this is that last time of this kingdom. What's going to be happening at the fall of Babylon the Great, before it completely is destroyed and wiped off the earth. So this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. So perilous times, this is G5467, Kalapos, and it says dangerous, by implication furious. Let's look at that word furious. Extremely angry. Damn. Furious, meaning enraged. Let's see here. Impetuous, unrestrained. This is unrestrained. These people, like it says in, I believe it's in 2nd Esdras, that they're going to be incontinent, meaning having no self-control. Unrestrained, furious, enraged, livid, rage, passion, fury, an enraged person. Let's see. Is there anything else? No, that's pretty much it. Let's see what the dictionary says. Because that lady, she would, the lady that returned the other lady's spirit to the spiritual realm, she was furious. She was enraged because she got called out for not saying thank you, and she ended somebody's life because of that. So she was enraged. She had no self-control. She just, fuck it. It was already done. The lady walked off, went somewhere else, and then she followed her. Shoot. And you know the rest. It says feeling great anger, raging, violent, rushing with impetuosity, moving with violence. This is impetuosity. It says the quality of making rash or arbitrary decisions, especially in an impulsive or forceful manner. Dang. The quality of making rash. That's that rash. Let's shoot going everywhere today. It says the adjective is derived from Middle English rash or rosh. Hasty, headstrong. It says found in derivatives, to move rapidly, to flicker, to flash. Okay. Let's see. Acting too quickly without considering the consequences and risks, not carefully. Hasty. So acting too quickly without considering the consequences. So you just went all out. And now you're going to be in prison or whatever. Oh, shit, you might be back out on the street. Who knows? But this is how the people are. They're acting and not considering any of the consequences, anything that they're doing. They're just impulse. Subject to these demons that are out here. Subject to those spirits of vengeance. So I'm going to go back. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1. It says, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection. What was that natural affection? Astogoros. Okay. Says Sturgo hard-hearted towards kindred. Hey, that's in the curses. Hard-hearted towards kindred. An evil eye towards your brother without natural affection. Inhuman. Unloving, it said. It says, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful. She didn't want to say thank you. Unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures, more than lovers of God. So this is, hey, what you seeing? This is out here. This is the end times. You're seeing all these. You can see, you can just get on Instagram. You can get online. If you don't get online, you can just go out to the store. Just go outside. You see this firsthand. The characteristics of the people, the mindset of the people, what they're focusing on. This is Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 15. See, okay. This is Ephesians 5 and 14. Wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Christ shall give thee light. Oh, it's Slakia. Verse 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. So you walking circumspect. Your head is on a swivel, like an owl. You're looking 360 degrees. Everything around you. You watching your back. You looking at the people. You're looking at their spirit, their countenance, how they moving, how they walking, how they talking. Looking at their eyes. Looking at their hair color, their hairstyle, everything. Because you look, these people are completely bugged out, and the signs that they bugged out show through them. You see a mug. I mean, plus you holding the door open for the lady, so you had to see the nigga coming. You holding the door open for somebody, you see them coming. You can examine them right there. Shit, you can look at somebody in 2 seconds, be like, I better not talk to this guy. You don't seem like he all, but that's part of walking circumspectly, paying attention, being diligent. So see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. Because a fool pass on and get punished. The prudent will look ahead, looketh well to his goings. It says, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. So you're redeeming the time, you're buying the time back. And how are you doing that? By repenting, by turning to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, by staying in these scriptures, by being a doer of the word, not just a hearer. And these days are very evil. These are bad times. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. It's like it read too far. So it was just redeeming the time because the days are evil. Actually, yeah. Verse 17 again, wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushai is. So understand that these people out here, they're waxing colder and colder. They're getting psycho. You can't reason with them. Not everybody's going to get this word. Not everybody's going to understand it. This ain't for everybody. The majority of these people that you see are going to be judged. They're going to be a return to the spirit world. And the majority of these people, they're not going to give any kind of thanks, anything. So understand that, it ain't going to be good for you here. and I'll close out with this. This is Isaiah 33 and verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and the strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is his treasure. So wisdom and knowledge, this is what's going to get you, through. How you going to handle in these times? How you going to move in these times? And ultimately, it's the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. But Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is going to feed you and lead you through different situations. You're going to have to be, some of us thrown into prison camps, into detention centers, into prisons, wherever we may be. We're going to have to be around these psychos. And we're going to have to move with wisdom and knowledge around these people. So, hey, Lord willing, this has been edifying. I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect. Shalom.